but one step short of crazy. What do you get?
Obsessed.
Passionate.
Somebody's going to find that treasure, and Pandora's box is going to open really wide.
I don't know how to put it any other way, or make the blow softer. I am the reason or part of the reason that the thrill of the chase ended the way that it did. I unfortunately opened Pandora's box, and all hell broke loose. So let me get right down to the nitty-gritty. My motivation is not the treasure chest any longer. I believe there is a story that needs to be told, and frankly I have not really understood or known what I should do, so tell the story I will, or part of it. First, I'd like to say that I have published 25 videos that detail some of my ideas to the solution of the poem. So if you go to my page you can view those. There will be a link in the description to another video that is about Pandora's box and Forrest Fenn's chase that I found quite entertaining. Check it out. So now I will open Pandora's box the rest of the way. My name is Roderick Dow Craythorne. You can Google me and hear their side of the story. Because I never told my side of the story. I dug my first hole in the cemetery and that started the scrapbook dump. And yes, I'm sure I will have a lot of naysayers because it wasn't in a cemetery. Well, Forrest Fenn always said I didn't want to break the law, but I sure wanted to bend it a little. I don't know if that's the exact quote. And at the time that Forrest Fenn hit his it probably wasn't against the law. That's right, the chest was never in the cemetery. The exact spot was in the cemetery. In fact, I think Forrest Fenn always had control of the treasure chest. You just had to provide a picture of the exact spot with you in it. In fact, Yellowstone is the treasure chest and all of the things in it are the treasures. The cemetery becomes the blaze. And yes, I did damage it. What did Forrest Fenn's chase mean to me? It meant I had something that I was excited to get up for. This chase was mentally stimulating, and of course, a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow didn't hurt my sense of motivation. It gave me countless hours of entertainment and I learned a lot. I wanted friends and or family members to chase with me, but nobody I knew felt the treasure was real or could be found. The person has to have something to live for. Readers might say I should have lived for my family or I should live for God. These statements are true, but motivation has to come from inside. The want to solve the poem and get the treasure came from deep inside me. I also grew willing to do the work. I have a personality that seems to be consumed on any ideas that I am stuck on at the moment. This chase became an obsession that I was very passionate about. It became my escape from reality. It's not that my family or my employment wasn't important to me, but the chase was my getaway time to have some fun. And boy, what a ride it's been. Some of the things I did in pursuing a Forrest Fenn's treasure were full of adrenaline rush. I felt alive, young and even foolish. There has been a cost for me to chase Forrest Fenn's treasure. In order to secure the solve to the poem and the treasure, I made the unwise decision to dig in Yellowstone Cemetery. Very unwise. First, I want to say that I am very blessed man because I have a wife and family who stuck with me and love me even though my actions hurt them. However, because of this choice, my chase cost me tangible and intangible assets. It cost me my job and my freedom for 1 year and on parole for 2 years. I was convicted of 2 felonies. I lost my right to bear arms. I've lost my right to participate in political office. I've lost my right to vote in certain elections. I lost the opportunity for employment with many companies. I've lost my ability to travel to several countries, and more. It was determined that I did $75 worth of damage, but I have been ordered to pay more than $31,000 in restitution fines. I've lost the respect of some individuals and my family's standard of living has been lowered. And yes, I did wrong. Well, I would like to read some parts of my book that I have written. No, it hasn't been put out to the public to read. I did send a copy to Mike and Christy Calizers. They did do somewhat of a book presentation on one of their shows. So here goes the book. People say that my imagination has got the best of me. Maybe these naysayers are right. Maybe they're wrong. By writing and publishing this book, I have made sure that the results of this mess will be public. Everyone will see whether my instincts are right or wrong. Myself, I'm betting on my instincts because I wasn't looking for a wheel and I found a wheel. I wasn't looking for shoes and I found shoes. I wasn't looking for socks and I found socks. I wasn't looking for a redneck and I found red from ear to ear. I wasn't looking for an X, but I found one. I didn't think I would find 2 omegas the way I did, but 2 omegas appeared. and I found all of this in the poem. I have gained some intangible assets. I developed the ability to hold fast to a goal no matter the amount of pressure being applied to discontinue. I have learned to be confident in my success. I have the satisfaction of solving the poem, which in and of itself meant as much or more to me than getting the treasure. I've gained skills to do things I never thought I would do, such as write this book. I learned to punctuate properly as I examined how commas were used by Forrest in his writing. In fact, I have learned hundreds of interesting tidbits about almost anything you can think of depending on the rabbit hole I went down to pursue false leads. I've made good friends along the way. Some of these friendships are strong enough that they've lasted through every ordeal associated with my chase. Though my biggest regret is the hurt and pain I caused my family, I have also strengthened my relationship with each member of my family. I've learned to better appreciate my family and all of my God-given blessings. I've learned to trust in God more, knowing that with His help, things work out. I've learned to be more content with what I have. I still believe the best is yet to come. In truth, I stand a better person with a stronger character because of my chase. Lastly, I would like to share a statement I made in court before the judge who pronounced my sentence. I would like to take this time to apologize for the wrong I have done. I apologize for my greed and covetousness in this. I am sorry for the disrespect and disregard I have shown towards the families and the people of our great nation, the law and the feelings of others. I look forward to being able to strive to be a productive member of this society and a blessing to my family. I would like to ask the court and the people of the United States of America for mercy, and with time, forgiveness, for all my words. I still feel I'm not very good at telling my own story. Readers are not even getting half of my story. At last, I don't feel like I can tell the other half of my story. To better understand, reread about my loss and gains. And finally, tribute to Forrest Fenn. Forrest Fenn, I hope this book makes you smile. I hope you find pleasure that I finally figured out there were 3 riddles. The answer to the first riddle is that Yellowstone is the chest and the wonders in Yellowstone are the treasure. The second riddle is solved by the finder writing a book. Writing and publishing a book about the searcher's personal adventures during the chase is the final critique for meeting the requirements in order to finally obtain Forrest Fenn's title to the gold. The third riddle is Forrest Fenn is the blaze. I want to thank Forrest Fenn for creating and then sharing the thrill of the chase. It has been an amazing adventure that is still ongoing in my case. Good, bad, up and down, it's been an adventure. I'll also feel it is amazing the effort that Forrest Fenn put into designing this search. Each book is a complex puzzle waiting to be solved. I was amazed day after day by the way hints fit together and appeared over and over and obscure details within Forrest's writings. I don't know if Forrest Fenn had a group of people helping him connect all the pieces, but I am convinced Forrest is brilliant. Forrest has no doubt the brains, the power and the money behind, and directing the puzzles of his chase. And finally, I don't know what the end game is. I do believe that all of the talking heads that have platforms on YouTube and other places are employed in one way or another by Forrest Fenn. They give out hints mixed in with a whole bunch of gibberish, and I don't know if anybody will see this video. That is a serious searcher. Jack's Choof is an actor. In fact, they're all actors and I am definitely not an actor. I found this and it reads, something's at the bottom of the empty box. I'm just sitting here thinking of all of our Pandora's boxes, and I guess the whole point is that you can't close the box once you've opened it up, no matter how hard you try. So, the only choice is to face everything that escapes one at a time. And yes, this does take time and trust. Then, when everything is over, and the worst has happened, and you pinch yourself because you can't believe so much has, and we have really made it through, and you think that's the end of the story. But it's not all. Still something's left in there, sitting at the bottom of Pandora's box, all settled in under the dust, easy to dismiss or forget, and that thing is something that some of us like to call hope. Sorry, I don't know who the author is, but I really enjoyed it. Well, that's about as long as I want to go. Keep smiling. Please subscribe and hit the bell notification and I will put out some more information.